How's it going, everybody? If you run a plumbing or HVAC business or are maybe looking at starting one, then this video is for you. One of the most important insurance policies that you will have in place for your business is your commercial auto policy. So today I wanted to go over some of the main coverages that you should be looking out for and make sure that are on your policy to make sure that your business is properly protected. Because commercial auto claims can be some of the largest and most impactful claims that a business can face, unfortunately, in today's world. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Brian. I'm an independent insurance agent based here in the state of Michigan, Metro Detroit specifically, and I work with businesses on their commercial insurance programs, as well as helping families and individuals with their personal insurance, their home, their auto insurance as well. My goal with this channel is to pass on a little bit of educational information to you so that you can make more informed decisions around your insurance, and then overall help answer any questions that you might have. So let's get into it. And before we get too far into the video, I do want to invite you to subscribe to the channel. And if you find this video helpful, useful, anything like that, please feel free to like, share, pass it along with anyone else as well. So first, make sure that you have an actual commercial auto insurance policy in place and not a personal policy. Because if you are regularly using trucks, vans, things like that for your business, you will want to make sure that you have a commercial policy in place, especially if these trucks and vans are wrapped with your business logo, they're hauling trailers, equipment, because the insurance companies will then look at these vehicles as business use. And personal policies will almost always exclude business use. So if you ever get into a claim situation and you have a personal policy, not a commercial one, you could run the risk of the claim potentially being denied. Now, as far as actual coverages on the policy go, first let's start with talking about liability coverage. This protects your business if one of your vehicles does cause damage or injuries to a third party. So basically, if one of your vehicles is in an accident, somebody gets hurt, and then they sue you, this is where this coverage would step in. And for the coverage limits, you will want to make sure that these are high enough and are set at least $1 million on the policy. But depending on your fleet size, the contracts you have in place, the clients that you're working with, you may want to look into higher limits or potentially even an umbrella policy to, again, add additional liability coverage. It's also very important to make sure that you have underinsured and uninsured motorist coverage on the policy. Especially here in Michigan, we have a very high rate of uninsured drivers on the road. It's about 1 in 4, and you do want to make sure that this coverage limit is set to the same as you have for your liability. So again, typically $1 million at least. Next is going to be personal injury protection coverage, sometimes commonly referred to as PIP coverage. And even though this is a commercial policy, you will still need to make a PIP coverage selection. We will always recommend to make sure that Unlimited is selected for this coverage because it's typically not that much more expensive to have Unlimited versus another coverage option, and truly does give your business that highest level of protection. Then there's the physical damage coverage for your vehicle. This would be the comprehensive and collision coverage on the policy. Collision covers if you're in an accident with another vehicle, and comprehensive will cover things like fire, theft, weather damage. And if you have a loan or a lease on any of your vehicles, the lender, financial institution, whoever it may be, will most likely require that you have these coverages on your policy. But even if you own your vehicles outright, it's definitely smart to have these coverages in place as well. Then some other coverages to think about are going to be roadside assistance and rental reimbursement coverage. If one of your trucks is down after an accident, rental reimbursement can help with the cost to rent another vehicle for the time being. And then roadside assistance is obviously helpful to have in place. Then one more coverage to always consider is going to be hired and non-owned auto coverage. This provides liability protection to your business for any rented vehicles, or if any of your employees have personal vehicles that they might use for a work errand here or there. This is where this coverage would step in if there ever is an accident. And again, it would just be liability coverage for your business in these potential claim situations. Now, there are a couple important details that I do want to go over that are important for every contractor business to take into account when it comes to their commercial auto insurance. First is going to be to make sure that any drivers are listed on the policy. Try to keep this list as up to date as possible, because if you are ever in an accident and one of those drivers isn't listed on the policy and there's a claim, you could run into potential issues. And then if your business owns any trailers, make sure those are listed out and scheduled on the policy. Coverage for them is not automatically included. The same goes for any permanently attached equipment to any of the vehicles. This could be things like ladder racks, utility boxes. You do want to make sure the value of that equipment is taken into account in the policy. Then as far as some general risk management tips that can help you in the eyes of the insurance company when you're going to get a policy in place or maybe up for renewal. One is going to be to make sure that you have a formal distracted driving policy in place. And then the same would go for a regular vehicle maintenance program. And depending on your business size, your operation, things like that, it could be worth looking into a formal telematics system as well. It's very common for a lot of companies nowadays to have these types of things in place. And depending on the insurance company that you're working with, it can even lower your cost for coverage as well. Overall, at the end of the day, the best commercial auto insurance for a plumber or HVAC contractor isn't necessarily about chasing the cheapest rates, but really making sure that you do have the right protection in place for your business, because again, this is where the potential biggest claims could be and have the biggest financial impact. So thank you for watching, and if you are looking for help with your commercial insurance program, maybe your commercial auto insurance specifically, I would love the opportunity to work with you and see if our team can help. There are a lot of ways to get a hold of me, and they should all be in the description below. Please feel free to text, call, email, fill out a contact form, whatever's easiest. And if you have any other questions about insurance, please feel free to either reach out directly or leave them in the comments below. I would love to help answer those as well. So thank you again.